Hey guys, what's up? We got Santu versus Persephone, an ORAS game. It's Wednesday afternoon, around 2:30. It's a pretty cool time. It actually works out for me. I think my roommate's in class right now. But regardless of that, we've got some pretty cool teams here. Santu's been really killing it. I think he's 6-1 at this point. Persephone started out strong 2-0, then missed a week, false played and lost. Then lost his next two or three games. I think he lost like 2-3. And then last week, Snaga had to sub in, unfortunately, because he had missed a time and Snaga lost. So now they're like 2-5 in ORAS. He's 2-3. So it's been a rough stretch for the Classiest in this tier after a strong start. Beat Karaoke week one, my teammate, and then and then another guy the next week. But yeah, I think it was CBB. Yeah, I think he beat Karaoke and CBB, and they've lost every ORAS game since then. On the flip side, Santu again, been tearing it up. I think he has a game or two in SS, but he's mostly been playing ORAS. Um, he's using a pretty standard bulky offensive team here. You notice Mega Metagross, very common, especially when paired with Magnezone, which is really a nice core here. Unfortunately, it could be Rocky, Helmet, Tangrowth, and depending on the moveset, Jellicent could wall it as well. But yeah, Santu is facing a bit less conventional team. You notice Mew, Charizard, could be X or Y. I'm thinking it's more likely to be Y, as there is Pursuit there with Weavile. But definitely going to be interesting. It's worth noting that Clefable on this team probably going to be rocks with Scarf Landers T. So we could see that here if this is not taunt. Mew could be rocks. Could also be Defog as stacking removal with Zard makes a ton of sense. Although Drill is also almost definitely going to be spin as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go hard Landers here on turn one, interestingly enough, on a Volt Switch. Okay, so calling that Volt Switch, really aggressive play there. Nicely done. But it's going to take a Wisp on the following turn as it's some rocks, which seems a bit less wise, truth be told, seeing it's probably just going to be defogged off here. So all you're going to do is get a U-turn off, and you're going to take that burn damage for whatever reason. I guess you really only need it to check Excadrill, truth be told. But again, any health is good health. And letting that Clefable take the burn didn't really seem like a big deal. But hey, maybe it's not defog Mew. Maybe it's God. I don't know. I'm surprised he stayed in, actually not fearful of the Ice Beam, but maybe he doesn't have Ice Beam or Defog. We'll have to wait and see. Persephone's been using some pretty interesting sets, interesting teams. So yeah, personally, from Santu, I just go Clefable here. Persephone, I go for the Volt Switch, but I think that Santu might be staying in just because he doesn't fear Ice Beam paired with Volt Switch. And what was there surely also a recovery move there? So last move was either Defog or a secondary attack, or maybe like Knock, or that's another attack. But you know what I mean. So yeah. All right, we're gonna see Jellicent come in here. Interestingly enough, so it's actually Santu pivoting out with U-turn and Persephone feeling forced out. So that's an interesting turn of events. But U-turn's only gonna do 4%. Resisted, it burnt. Unsurprisingly, it's gonna take rocks, but it's only down to 84. And Santu's gonna get the momentum here. Magnezone, Latios, Clefable, all decent options. Gonna go with the Latios, which can fire off a Draco Meteor, which would do a large number, pretty much anything in this team, even extra through resistance, even special defensive, if it's a specs. However, if it gets a kill, then Weavile will be able to come in and trap it, so that's worth noting. I think that Excadrill could be the play. Oh, it's Protect Jellicent, so there you go. And Jellicent should be able to live one Draco from this percentage, 96%. Took leftovers first turn, so it's not Culver Berry. It makes a ton of sense with Protect, leftovers, Protect synergizes nicely. You could scout the choice Dark types, that's pretty cool. But yeah, looking at this a bit deeper, I think Persephone just stays in here. Draco is going to do well over half, of course, but it shouldn't kill it. So you just recover on up. That is fine. That's indeed going to be the case. 86. This does give Santu some leverage as it's well below full health now, so we could potentially see another recovery here. And if he goes for like a move like Will-O-Wisp, Clefable can absorb that, or Magnezone can kind of shrug it off to the extent that it's left below range for a Draco Meteor to follow-up kill it, or even a Hidden Power Grasp from Keldeo to kill it. He's actually going to go Keldeo here on the follow-up recovery, which is interesting. Perhaps bluffing or showing that he has Hidden Power Grasp, or even Toxic if it's a Scarf variant, since that was a Specs, Latios, and it's not Scarf Landers T, but it's likely Scarf Magnezone, and perhaps he doesn't see a need to have much more speed control beyond that. Only really thing would cover is like Volcarona, Dragon Dance Zardex, which you can kind of check with the defensive Landers team depending on the set. So yeah, may very well not be necessary here. Really depends on Santu's priorities. Judging on the team, I think it's probably specs. Anyway, Mew's going to come in scouting hit by grass, and Clefable is going to match it. Rocks is still up on Persephone's side, which is worth noting, but if it is Defog, I definitely see it removing it here. Classiest is definitely going to be a Calm Mind variant for Santu, seeing his Rocks already revealed on the Landers. Calm Mind, Moonblast, Soft Boiled, seem likely. After the last move, I don't think it's Flamethrower with Magnezone. I think it's probably going to be Ice Beam. However, it could be Ice Beam plus Thunderbolt. Um, Dropping Moonblast isn't the end of the world. I guess you could also see moves such as Knockoff. Um, I don't think you want like Psyshock or Stored Power on this team necessarily. I'm thinking it's probably Combined Ice Beam Clef, all things considered. While he does have Keldeo and Latios to kind of handle Gliscor, when you pair it with Pursuit and Facade Damage in order to recovering, oh my god, he's going to go back to that Landers, fearless of the Ice Beam prospect. It is not leftovers either. This is bizarre. Well, either way, maybe he's bluffing like toxic on this. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna see the same sequence as before. We're gonna see U-turn plus stealth rock damage on the Jellicent, but again, it's only 5% with U-turn this time around. Landorus T took the turn of burn prior. Again, no leftovers, but it's pivoting out here nicely. And for whatever reason, it keeps forcing it to Mew. Maybe it's scared of toxic, as I alluded to. Maybe knockoff. I don't quite know yet. I think it's probably just earthquake. U-turn, stealth rock. I don't know what the last move is. Wait and see. This time around, the Clefable is going to come in to try and threaten this Jellicent. I'm trying to think that maybe this could be a Life Orb Clef if it's a really defensive Landers T, but we'll have to wait and see. Lot up in the air above that. At this point, both timers are in the middle, so they're going to have to start thinking through things a little bit quicker. Definitely both sides putting some thought into their moves, though. Um, Pretty methodical strategy thus far from Santu. Risking Landorus T in a fashion that he believes gives him some leverage, but not a ton to show for it quite yet, besides Stealth Rock and um, I guess a little chip on the Jellicent. But yeah, everything's at full besides that. And he's going to go for a Protect here. Not really sure about that, but going to come in Latios. I mean, everything is at full besides the Landorus and the Jellicent and Rockstrap. It's like this has been a very inconsequential. He goes for another Protect as it gets to fall. So yeah, no, literally the only thing that's taking damage. Literally the only Pokemon to take damage is Landorus T. Like, look, everything's at fault, which is pretty funny, I'd say. But anyway, the drill, which is leftovers, comes in the try and check with the Clefable. Okay. So now Persephone is really thinking this through. Does not want to eat a Spec Surf, but if he doesn't have Protect, then he's kind of got to play around Draco as well, as a Draco into Jellicent would be really costly. If it's Assault Vest Tangrowth, I could potentially check it, but it's almost definitely Miraki Helmet. Um, this begs the question, which do you feel less of a need for? And I think the answer to that is kind of awkward because Exodual is really needed for Clefable, potentially even Magnezone, and switching into Draco. However, Jellicent is really needed for Keldeo. He's going to actually do Mew as a bit of a mid ground, which is fine. On a Surf, only do 38, so he's going to be able to heal that off. It's probably Specs damage given that. So yeah, manageable for sure. Keldeo's going to come in to try and check this. Yup, yup, yup. Hydra's going to do 69 there on a Volt. Interesting there. I didn't go jealous and scared to hit bar grass. But he's going to get some nice chip there. So finally some damage is happening. That's worth noting. Um, Jellicent's surely going to force this out, though. You have to imagine that Clefable He's probably going to come in. You're going to actually go Magna Zone, predicting the Mew to try and heal up on that. So it's a nice mid ground there. And you wonder if he's going to call that extra drill and go for the Hidden Power Fire, or if he's going to go for the Volt Switch. And personally, if I'm Persephone, I go Tangrowth as a mid ground. Knowing he could live Hidden Power Fire, even if I am Rocky. I'm probably going to do about half. And Volt Switch obviously shrugged off as well. It does forfeit momentum in the long term, though. Letting in something like Clefable or Latios. So maybe Persephone does go drill, especially if it lives 2 Hidden Power Fires. Staying in here, though, is really hard for Persephone because just losing this Mew for nothing would be kind of costly. Oh, and it's going to go for softball, predicting him about fire. Wow, what a play. And Latias is going to come in. Interesting. Okay, so that's a really interesting turn. Nicely done there by Persephone. Maybe it's not Scarf Magnezone. Um, Either way, Draco is going to take this Mew out, which is really good for Santu, and not going to follow up with Weavile. What? Um, Interesting there. No Weavile for Pursuit. So we sack it into the... Okay. And it's going to reveal itself to be Rocky Helmet Landorus, which is going to get some chip on this lefty's Extra. Not really sure I understand, though. I think he should have went... either way, Persephone's going to get rocks up, so that helps, I guess. But yeah, lost a Mew for basically Stealth Rock being traded, and this drill's going to take a number here from Earthquake. Yup, it's going to do 59%. And all of a sudden, it looks like Santu's pulling ahead in this game. I feel like some really careless plays, inconsiderate plays from the Persephone side. Um, Ironhead's not going to flinch there. I think it's Rocky almost going to kill you, so um, it's Earthquake Glass. So I guess you got to switch here if you're Persephone to preserve this and try and spin on like Clef. But also, you're so weak that you can't even check Clef anymore. Who's PMing me? Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, that's going to be an upload. But yeah, no, that was a really bizarre sequence. Okay, gets the Toxic off. So after scouting for the Toxic for that long, I just wow. After scouting the Toxic that long with Mew, he just casually switches the Jellicent into it, which he needs so badly. I can't. Persephone has messed this up royally. Um, it's a shame too, because it's a pretty promising start. But I digress. Looks really bleak now. I think Santu should emerge victorious. Gonna go Zard. Doesn't mind taking the rocks. Moonblast only 19. So it's probably not Life Orb unless it's like defensive Life Orb. Gonna be Zard Y, and it's gonna roost up on. If that's Thunder Wave, that's huge. Yeah, so it's not even Ice Move. Okay. Well, it's looking really, really good for Santu now. Latias can come in and check this as well. He's going to do 44, which means after another turn of rocks, it's definitely dead, and it might be a roll to a KO, but Draco here is going to get a kill, period, and it's going to be traded with Weavile, but this is paralyzed and rocks are up, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, and now with this, okay, it went to the left, so hold up. It's going to hit, though. Okay, so you had a follow-up hit. So rocks are up for good, and yeah, this is going to be trapped, which is the main check, but with rocks up, this is essentially at 33% paralyzed, so everything besides the Fable, Revenge kills it. And with the ground type done, the Magnezone can spam Thunderbolt and kill everything that's not named Tangrowth. And Tangrowth being Rocky Helmet in all likelihood, isn't really able to check it either. Finally going to get that trap off, which really should have done previously, but I digress. The Pursuit's going to take it out. It's going to make it a 4-4 game, But that allows for just about anything to come on in here and take advantage of this pursuit locked Weavile. It didn't take life orb damage, so it's almost off to be choice banded, which is the most common set regardless, and probably the best Weavile set in ORAS. So yeah. If it's a Bullet Punch Mega Metagross, I just go to it and lock into Bullet Punch and then click Bullet Punch here. Even if he goes Tangrowth, that is fine because you can't ever get trapped by the Weavile. But he's actually going to like to go Clefable, and with a Calm Mind, it could very well be a good game here, depending on some things. So we'll wait and see. It is faster than Charizard now, so it can just Calm Mind twice, and then barring a Flamethrower, pretty much win the game. But it should be fearful of things like Sleep Powder from Tangrowth or an Icicle Crash Flinch. However, he's just going to go for the Moonblast, and with a crit, and it being Rocky Helmet Tangrowth, that's going to do 61%, and after Rocks, can leave it at 27%. So all of a sudden, Zard comes in now. He's not going to want to let it get a Sleep Powder off, so he's just going to Moonblast. Moonblast does 16 and gets a drop. It's at 17 now, but he's not going to even play the damage roll game. He's just going to boost his special defense with Calm Mind, saying, okay, you could heal up your Zard, sure, but I just win the game now with my Clefable, barring a lot of unfortunate luck. It's going to be Defog Zard Y, which is great and all, because Rocks off. But, like, again, barring a critical hit, yeah, and you're not even fishing for the critical hit, you're just boosting up. What's the point of that? You're going to have to fodder something off, and now you're taking so much that you don't even have many chances to... Oh, he's going to get the critical hit, holy shit. Well, there you have it. Now it's a game, I guess. But at the same time, I still favor Santu, depending on... Crit on the first attack through paralysis on the last turn of Sun when wow. Yeah, Persephone got bailed out there, but I still think Santu has a chance. Wow. Okay, I think you Volt Switch here if you're Santu. Keld lacks Hidden Power Grass. This is actually kind of dire, depending on... I can go for the Thunderbolt into the Weavile. Actually, letting this take a knock is good because he can switch off moves. So he doesn't want to knock that. Wait, what is Persephone doing? He goes Keldeo, but wait, you wanted to take the knock. I don't know. I guess you wanted it to be healthy enough to be able to come switch into Jellicent. Makes sense. And letting this... if it's letting that take the knock's good as well, as it doesn't have to lock into a move. So if it can touch Jellicent, that's delightful. But anyway, I assume you just probably click like Hidden Power Grass if you have it, otherwise Sacred Sword. What health is that Zard at? It's at 61. So Mega Metagross is Thunder Punch, Zen Headbutt, take it out for sure. It's going to be Hidden Power Grass, so that's great, considering that the poison now basically allows to 1v1, I'd say. And yeah, that's a good Hidden Power Grass. So if you're Persephone, what do you do here? I think you have to recover on up. And yeah, there's going to be 33 on the recover, but now you kind of have to switch, I guess. You're never going to be able to avoid 2 kill range with Toxic continuously ticking down. The question is, can Zard live Hidden Power plus Rain, Sun Weakened? Oh, well, we're going to see Santu switch to the Magnezone on the Tangrowth. Flash Cannon might have a chance to kill here. I'm not sure on the rolls or how much specialty defense investment this Rocky Helmet Tangrowth might have. Some run some just to help stuffed in like Hydro Pump from Keldeo, but on this team you have Jellicent, so it's less needed. Maybe it could be EV'd for like Scarf Latios Draco or something like that. I'm not quite sure on rolls, honestly. I tend to see closer to max physical defense, and on this team it seems needed for things like Sword Stance, Excadrill, and hell, even soft checking opposing Weavile locked into like knockoff. Regardless, he's going to go into Zard Y here on the Volt Switch. Nice play there from Santu. Fearless, knowing that his Metagross, after the chip damage, could very well check that opposing Tangrowth if it lacks Sleep Powder. So he's going to get the kill in the Zard Y, and yes, Sun will be up to dampen the Hydro Pump power. However, that lets the Metagross come in as the Tangrowth comes in as a follow-up. Metagross could very well stay in here and trade a few blows, getting the Mega Evolution off and doing about 35% with Meteor Mash. I'd say 33 to 35% on average, maybe a bit less depending on max and relaxed or bold. But yeah, I'll have to wait and see. Again, not really a safe switch in because Hidden Power Fire in the Sun would clock that Magnezone to killing it undoubtedly, and you can't kill it back. And obviously, the Keldeo is fearful of any grass move, being that it's super effective, and Keldeo is weakened well below the range in which you can survive one. So I'm assuming the Metagross is going to stay in here. And this Tangrowth really is kind of a win condition for Persephone. Really, the game was over prior to that crit, but now it looks like Persephone is favored, despite Santu outmaneuvering him. Santu's taking his time here, unsurprisingly. Um, and this is a really tense situation for him, as he's played a great game. He's gonna go Keldeo on the Earthquake. It's gonna live the Earthquake. Okay, Earthquake would also do the trick, but have a chance to do even more damage to Mags. I'm probably not killing one, but yeah. And it would hit Metagross super effectively, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Keldeo here can't really do a ton to this, truth be told, so. Without Spec, Sacred Sword's only going to be doing about 25, 30%, but maybe it's got Focus Blast as the fighting move. No, he's single for Scald, no burn, Giga Drain, yeah, so that's only going to do net of 17% after Giga Drain. Now Magnezone comes in. Here comes. Going to be a Sun Boosted Hidden Power Fire if I had to guess. Um, he's going to scout that with the Jellicent. Nicely done. Only going to see 12% there. And now Jellicent's Will was very threatening. So I wonder if he's just going to say, okay, screw it. But no, he's going to go Metagross on the Scald. Is it going to burn? Indeed it is. Wow. Persephone just completely lucking through this game. And yeah, Santu has a right to be mad. And this is a really unfortunate outcome for the Bigs and Santu. Completely robs. I guess just still a chance. If this gets like crit, maybe Flash Cannon or something can sweep. I don't know. I don't think Flash Cannon can kill with a crit regardless. And Earthquake will put it into range where Weavile can clinch the game. So yeah, looking bleak. And Fold's going to do 37 with a crit. That's a number, but we just regen it off. And Metagross is going to take 41 here. And yeah, it looks pretty bleak, unfortunately, for the Santu side here. Running out of options after Clefable pretty much had the game won. Yeah, another Earthquake there. Yup, yup, yup. I don't understand how that's a choke. I've lost Santu at this point, but the game's over anyway. So I digress. Well, anyway, game is looking pretty over. I guess Jellicent. Okay, because of like a freeze ice punch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. But yeah, looking like your pursuit there. Yeah, it's gonna win the game. Um, all right, that's that. Unfortunate for the Bigs for sure. This is Finch. Peace.